Dre. It was a bloodbath out there yesterday.
Yeah. Some weeks you feel like you've got it all figured out. It looks too easy. It almost looks boring. And then basically every game goes as you did not expect, except for one, ruining your insurance parlay. And that's what happened yesterday.
Honestly, I committed one of the worst betting sins that you can ever commit. And you know what? I've gotten away with this before. So actually, I've gotten away with it most times I've tried it this year, especially.
Yeah.
And so I kept doubling. I did the thing where you lose a game, and so then you're like, well, I'll just bet twice as much on the next one, and then you lose that one, and then you just keep doing that until you feel a deep, deep sense of regret and pain inside of your body. I will say I ended on a dub. I wasn't gonna stop betting until I won something. Nice. So I hit Packers live line -13 in the second quarter. I just could see that the Bears weren't going to be stopping them on that night, and finally got one. During that game, I also had Packers over 7.5 points in the second quarter, and or in the first quarter, sorry. And no, they got down to the 1 yard line, and then the clock ran out, and then they scored on the first play of the second quarter.
That always happens to me.
Yes.
That always happens to me. Anytime I lose a first quarter bet, you can bet your ass that the very first possession of the second quarter was a score that would have hit.
This was 5 seconds later. 5 seconds later. So it was just one of those one of those Sundays. It happens. Now we bounce back. It's a new week, and we've got Monday Night Football, a little bird derby here between the Seahawks and Eagles. I learned my lesson last time around. I bet against Russel Willson, and he slapped me silly. So I am definitely taking Seahawks -6. Sorry,
Yes.
Ali, it's a rule. It's just a rule.
It is a rule. Also, Ali, you've been betting a little less, not as long as we have, but as a bettor or an Eagles fan, you wouldn't in your right mind advise to anyone to put money on the Philadelphia Eagles right now.
I know, but it still hurts.
Well, I know.
I mean, I'm still hopeful that they'll get the win, but I don't believe they actually will. So yes, I would say don't bet on the Eagles. But hopefully it ends up in my favor.
Well, I've got a lot of news to be optimistic about the Eagles. It's been the entire theme of the week was, don't take the cheese. And that's what got us with our locks, Ryan. That's what got me with my manufactured upset that should have been a lock where the Chiefs couldn't cover at the very end. Taking the Seahawks here is very much a take the cheese kind of line. In fact, if you've seen the Eagles or bet on the Eagles at all this year, this line seems absurdly low at -6 for the Seahawks. I mean, absurdly to where I would say hammer the Seahawks. Don't even think about it twice. Usually when you feel that way, there's something terribly wrong and things won't work out that way. So I'm very concerned that this is the game when everyone's sleeping on the Eagles. Doug Peterson, Carson Wentz, they rise up from the dead, and they have the game of a lifetime to save that Eagles tenure.
I mean, not just Carson Wentz. We learned earlier this week that Jalen Hurts is getting a majority of the starts or first team reps for the Eagles. So we'll see if he's thrown out there, what Doug does with him, and how much it's between Carson and Jalen. It's going to be interesting for sure.
I think I'm in either a win-win position or a lose-lose position because I'm a Carson Wentz guy and a Jalen Hurts guy. Oof. So, if anything good happens, it looks I win. The problem is, it might just all go bad, and then it's a lose-lose situation.
What I'm going to be interested to see with Jalen Hurts is, I think he's still not going to be his best because of how injured this offensive line is for the Eagles. And I think that he's not going to look like incredible, but he's also not going to be playing with this fear that Carson plays with of getting hurt, because Carson has gotten hurt over and over and over again. So you see that hesitation when he's going to throw the ball or if he's going to run it. And I don't think Hurts is going to play with that fear. So I do think we'll see a little more success from him behind this offensive line that is still going to be struggling.
All right. We have
Bye.
Thanks for the insight. Also, I'm honored that we have Dan the Man in the comments here. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but he is an online Denver legend. Dan the Man, we see you. That's all I have to say.
Nice.
Then we also have Angry Andy here, who has been on the heater of a lifetime when it comes to picking first touchdowns. And part of me wants to fade him because if I ride with him, the chances of it being right go down significantly.
That's true.
So I just don't want to mess up his juju here. But for all the rest of you, Angry Andy's been on one, so you might want to listen to him.
I did the opposite of you yesterday. I finally got my first touchdown bet. That was my prop, was Wayne Gallman to score a touchdown. But of course I had it insured, so I bet the first touchdown to score. That happens. But Ryan, I was a very good boy. Usually I would take those early winnings and reinvest them all. Just blow that money away. I did that partially, but I only did it partially, Ryan. The rest of the way, I kind of stayed calm. I kind of stayed put. After some live bets didn't go my way on the cards and a few other trash live picks I made, I stayed put. So that was good for me. But I did finally win that, and I'm kind of feeling Jalen Hurts to score a touchdown today, as Ali was just saying earlier.
What's his number?
Plus 300.
Wow, that feels kind of low.
That feels kind of low. All of this stinks to me, Ryan. I have so much confidence in this. Every single thing I'm saying, I have zero confidence in because I'm so confident about it. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, I get you.
Yeah.
So Chris Carson plus 900, Dallas Goedert, Travis Fulgham, good stuff there. I don't really know. What I do know though is I like the over on passing yards for Russell Wilson.
That's Hank's prop. Yeah.
This is, oh, right. It finally came to fruition.
Yes.
This is the season of letting Russ cook. They're absolutely going to let Russ cook on Monday Night Football. Eagles secondary, honestly, not bad. But Russ finds a way.
Russ has to find a way. You're right. The Eagles secondary has amazingly been a lot better than I expected, but I would anticipate Lockett, Metcalf, and Russ to light them up. Thoughts on the total here at 48.5?
I like the.
Yeah.
I kind of like the over. This Jalen Hurts thing is really throwing me for a loop.
I mean, to me, it suggests that the Eagles are going to be absolutely terrible. But we all know, right? We've seen a million college football games like this, Ryan, where it's like, oh, yeah, they're going to be starting two quarterbacks. They might as well, it's awful. It's awful anytime that happens.
I don't know. I mean, the two quarterback system is terrible. I like the idea of having packages for Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, for sure. You've seen those packages this year. Every time it's awful, and Carson's kind of like, oh, great, this again, going back to the huddle.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel confident in the Eagles' offense in this game at all.
I don't either.
I hope I'm wrong, but with Jalen Hurts, like, I don't want to compare him to Taysom Hill, but we've seen what happens in these games where teams want to put in the more running focused quarterback. It helps them possess the ball, and it doesn't always translate to scores. Now, yesterday, of course, because the Broncos couldn't stay on the field for more than 3 plays at a time, right. They finally wore down. That's not going to happen with the Seahawks. Unfortunately for the Eagles, the Seahawks are starting probably the opposite of Kendall Hinton at quarterback today. That's not going to work. So, to be honest, I'm staying away from the total.
Okay, I like it. I will refrain from parlaying the Seahawks -6 and the under.
Good. You like the under.
You just talked me into it.
I don't know. I mean,
I
Carson
have no confidence in the Eagles offense.
Carson is liable to go off at any moment. He's really good.
Is he?
Yes.
I feel like he was really good in 2016.
I agree with that. Is he though?
Yes, he is. I'm staying on the Carson train.
I'm kind of with it. I think Carson will rise again. I suspect it won't be tonight.
If the just follow me down this hypothetical path, okay?
Yeah.
The Broncos are moving on from Drew Lock.
Yeah.
They don't want to draft a quarterback.
Yeah.
2 quarterbacks are available for trade.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold and Carson Wentz. Which one do you want?
Oh, what a Sophie's choice at the same exact price.
No. Carson's a little bit cheaper because he's older.
Carson's cheaper? Well, shoot, I'd go Carson.
Okay, would you still go Carson at the
guy.
same price? The price is a second.
I'd be a little more torn at the same price because Sammy D is younger and still on that rookie contract.
Yeah, I don't know if you end up getting Carson at a discount because he's shown MVP level play, which of course Sam Darnold hasn't done.
Sam Darnold hasn't showed MVP of the game level play against the Bills,
He did against the Broncos, remember?
Well, yeah.
Not this year, but 2 years ago, his rookie year, he lit him up.
Boy, we have watched so much bad football, Ryan, in our lives. Yeah.
It all just kind of meshes together at this point.
Yes, it does.
Austin here said, what are the odds for Carson to throw a pick? You guys can talk actual numbers, but definitely take it. He will throw a pick. He'll probably throw 2. I don't think he has missed a single game this season without throwing more than 2 picks. It kills me. So I would say, yeah, I think you should make money off Carson throwing a pick because it's pretty much guaranteed.
Are you saying that you think he's thrown 2 picks every game?
No, he's definitely thrown at least 1 pick every game.
I believe that.
Some been 2. Some have been 3. He's also fumbled the ball a lot.
Yeah. Trust me, as a Carson Wentz supporter, I've seen them all. He has he has. Kendall Hinton was making some Carson Wentz throws, just certain plays. He's just I'm throwing this. I don't care that there's nothing open. I don't care that there's no one there. I don't care that even a perfect throw isn't getting there. This ball is leaving my hands on this play.
It literally kills me. And as you can tell, Ryan really is a Carson believer, and he has to deal with my entire Philadelphia family who has been – I haven't been out on Carson. I'm starting to all right, let's see what Jalen Hurts has going, as he was a second-round pick. But the rest of my family is very, very out on Carson Wentz. And Ryan's like, nah, guys, he's still good. I think he could be successful with another team, but unfortunately I just don't see it happening with the Eagles.
Ali's family was also famously out on Nick Foles when he came in for Carson. They said season was over. I said, no. Nick Foles will win Super Bowl MVP. I said that before the playoffs started.
He did.
I have that. I always have that to fall back on.
You do. You were a Nick Foles believer. I mean, but you couldn't blame Philadelphia for the entire fan base being like, Nick, this isn't going to happen. This is just Eagles being Eagles. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, they were a team of destiny. I could see it. So Carson Wentz to throw an interception is only -150.
That is easy money. That's easy.
But here's the thing, Trey. What if he doesn't play very much?
Seattle has a terrible secondary. Terrible, Ryan.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, now you've got me rethinking.
Why would you be?
I still think he throws an interception, guys. Just knowing Carson Wentz, he's still going to, even if he doesn't get the majority of the time on the field.
I don't know. I can talk myself into anything here. I can talk myself into, because his opportunities are going to be limited. He's going to try and do more with what he has, and that's going to cause him to throw an interception.
Yes.
I can also talk myself into the Eagles are making this change, and they're like, yeah, let's put Jalen Hurts in there against this trash secondary of the Seahawks. He gets hot early. Why are you going to take him out? Carson never plays. The under one interception hits at plus 120.
I do think that there's a chance that if Jalen gets hot, then Carson won't play. So then that is my only fear. But if Carson plays, he'll throw an interception.
I hate this. I would be in on all the Carson props if it wasn't for this Jalen Hurts. Like, Carson's passing yards are set at 237.5.
Yeah.
If he plays 4 quarters, that is hitting.
Oh, yeah, no. And any other quarterback, I would tell you, against the Seahawks, you're getting under 250 passing yards. Hammer that. As producer Guy on the fantasy show likes to remind me, the Seahawks are on pace to allow more passing yards per game than Peyton Manning was averaging in the record-breaking season. So, again, you would think that over would be safe, but this Jalen Hurts thing really throws me off. At my core, though, I believe, this Jalen Hurts thing is kind of just bogus cover-up talk before the game, and to motivate Carson. He needs that. He needs that. Sometimes having your job stripped away for you, or even your job security put in jeopardy, it takes those internal motivations of I should be meeting this standard I've set away. And it's just, okay, I just need to earn my job against this guy. That's all.
Right. It's an old coaches thing where they used to, like, if the quarterback was struggling, they used to tell the backup to to stand up on the sideline and start getting warmed up. And, the quarterback looks over, he sees the backup warming up, he kicks it into gear. I like it.
One more thing, I just got to keep jumping in here, but
I love it.
It's not just all on Carson. This offensive line is truly trash. Like, even if Carson has a great game today, it's not going to look as good with this offensive line not giving him a pocket, not giving him time. Like, it's just bad. The offensive line is a struggle right now.
They're terrible,
especially with no left tackle.
Jason Peters is playing tonight. Should be noted. He's also playing hurt. Like, it's already been documented that he's still hurt.
But Lane isn't playing. Lane Johnson is out. I don't know. The offensive line, even if Carson has a good game, the offensive line is just such a struggle.
Yeah, no, you're right.
It's a struggle. And Jalen Hurts, I don't think he's going to pass it all over the field. If Hurts is playing a lot, they're going to try and run it. I don't think that's going to be very successful, frankly.
So do you think Hurts, the threat of Hurts is kind of like being baked into this line, and that's why you're getting Carson at such a discount here at plus 100 over 237.5?
Yes. And it's why I think you're getting the interception at a discount.
Man, so are we as a people just getting in on all the Carson props?
Yeah, I think so. I think we just talked ourselves into it.
All right, so that means I'm in on over 237.5.
I have yet to see a Jalen Hurts snap that was like, oh, yeah, that looked good. They all look terrible. It's like rewatching Justin Fields at Georgia. It is awful, the packages they're giving.
Also, I don't know what happened to Doug Peterson, but he was so creative and interesting. And now, Hurts, when he gets in there, needs to throw some passes so that the defense is worried about that. But they're just letting him in there, and he's running zone read for a play and coming out. I'm like, you got to let him throw one. Yeah. It's really bad. Okay.
It's terrible, man.
Carson over 237.5. I'm in.
You wonder what happened. Just look at what the Colts are doing with Jacoby Brissett. Frank Reich left. That's what happened. The Colts are executing this stuff perfectly, and Doug Peterson can't figure it out.
Shame.
Yeah.
Do you like Carson over 1.5 touchdowns? He's got it, right, against the secondary?
Against the secondary, I'll sprinkle that. That's more of a sprinkle, but yeah, I'll get my sprinkle on with that. Okay, so I better be taking notes and
exactly. You get to work here.
Yeah, truly. Enough lollygagging. Vacation's over. Okay.
Vacation is over. All right, QB interceptions. We like Carson over 0.5.
Okay, beautiful.
Are
Are you in with me on Hurts touchdown? I feel like after this report, they're just going to spoon feed him.
Maybe like he's getting these. They're going to bring him in the red zone. Does that worry us for the touchdown passes then?
That could worry me. Yeah.
All right. Maybe we back off touchdown passes.
There you go. That's the one I'm least convinced about. The other two I like.
We're taking touchdown passes off the board.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we can get in on here with him? Matchups? No. Pass completions? Carson Wentz over 20.5?
I mean, if the game pans out the way we think it'll pan out, and I bet you can get that at good value too, huh?
Minus 118.
Huh. So see, even that would suggest Vegas is kind of BSing this whole thing. That seeing the minus 118 set at 20.5 really tells me that like Vegas isn't all that concerned about Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
They're going to act like they are and give you all these fun odds, but they're not really concerned.
I don't like the 20.5. I'm taking that one off.
Wow. How come?
I don't know. It just feels a little high. Like, what if he goes 18 of 24?
Oh, right. He does have to complete them all. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just attempts.
But you can't carve this defense up. Oof.
It's true, man. Every time I think about this secondary, you're roping me back in.
I know. I'm sorry, but
all right, I'm back in.
I really think these reluctant picks we're gonna kill tonight. We're gonna kill. Usually we're like, oh, we had a great Sunday. We're about to kill Monday night. Blah blah blah. And then it's like, oh yeah, that -6 and over parlay didn't work for us, and blah blah blah. But this tonight we're gonna do well. I hope I didn't jinx it by just saying that, but now I'm talking about the jinx and I'm countering it, so we're good.
Okay, so Austin asked any player props and plus money you like. Well, technically Carson over 237.5 is plus 100, so we like that.
Yeah, and I mean Jalen Hurts to score a touchdown at plus 300. That's worth a sprinkle for me. We had Angry Andy suggest Chris Carson first touchdown, which you can get pretty nice value on that. Trying to look at these odds boost right now.
Oh yeah.
DK Metcalf to score first plus 725. Wilson and Carson Wentz each to throw 2+ touchdowns plus 315. That's bait. Travis Fulgham 100+ receiving yards plus 275. Well,
Fulgham, no. I of course always like my guy Greg Ward Jr.
Yeah,
but
that's your classic.
That is my classic. But Dre, ever since they got Rager back, he's taking snaps away from my guy, which is not a good idea because GWJ is Carson's most reliable target on third downs.
So you're saying you're staying away from over 29.5?
I love the over 29.5, and it's set at plus 125. But I'm just afraid. I'm afraid.
I love it.
I'm afraid that they're not going to play him enough.
I love it. You talked me into it. It's great. It's a great
I talked
line.
you into it by being anti it.
Yep. You've talked
there
me
you go.
into
There's
it.
another plus money prop.
Yep, that's a good one.
All right, before we finish here, let's before we finish the rest of the props here and talk a little bit about what's going on in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
Let's give a shout out to DraftKings Sportsbook, the presenting sponsor of this show. Head over to DraftKings Sportsbook, use the code DNVR to get a sign-up bonus up to $1,000. Get in on all their incredible different props and promotions. They're fantastic across the board. So again, download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use the code DNVR when you sign up. Get a sign-up bonus up to $1,000. Of course, you must be 21 or older. Colorado only. Bonus comprised of first deposit bonus and a first bet match, each up to $500. Deposit bonus requires a 25x playthrough and restrictions do apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. All right, Dre, anything else in here that interests you that you want to touch on?
You think we're getting Wednesday night football?
Oh, we're getting Wednesday day football because this just came down from Adam Schefter. Let me see if I can find it here in my notifications. No, I can't, so I'll have to go to Twitter. Adam Schefter says Ravens Steelers is scheduled to kick off at 3:40 p.m. on Wednesday, which of course we know he's speaking in Eastern time, like all of them do. So that would be 1:40 Denver time.
Wow.
It doesn't make a lot of sense to me why they would do it at that time, but that's what they've decided to do.
No, it does seem the NFL is on kind of a kick of punishing us, but whatever.
Yeah.
Also watch the garbage product and win money on it.
Do we have a Tuesday? So we have no That was going to be the Tuesday.
That was going to be our Tuesday nighter, but the college basketball slate looks really nice on Tuesday.
Right. I just want to remind us that we should talk about that game on tomorrow's show since it will be over by the time we do Wednesday show.
Wow, that's going to be a can't miss Guess the Lines Tuesday show right
there. For real.
But back to this for a second.
Yes. Anything else that intrigues you? If it weren't for my rules, I would be interested in the Eagles, but just because I feel like they're liable, they just sometimes they beat teams that they aren't supposed to.
Right.
Obviously, with my rules, I can't legally give that out.
No, you can't. I guess the only I feel like maybe we're a little light on Miles Sanders props, who I think is just a phenomenal back. And again, this defense can be a little carved up. Receiving yards for Miles Sanders. See, like over 17.5. Miles Sanders receiving yards. I like that. I like that more than rushing yards, frankly. And I think that's one of those where Jalen Hurts, Carson Wentz, the easy dump off to the running back is going to be very fruitful in this one.
Specials, a safety.
Well, I always like a good safety. Oh, shoot. And see the quarters and half bets.
All right, I got a question for you. First scoring play, what will it be? Seahawks touchdown, Eagles touchdown, Seahawks field goal, Eagles field goal, or Eagles safety, Seahawks safety?
What can I get Seahawks touchdown at?
Plus 160.
That's pretty good value. It's pretty good value.
I think really good value here is Eagles field goal plus 475.
I could see that. I could easily see that. Yeah, I could totally see like we're kind of like, man, what's going on with Russ in the first 10 minutes? And it's like, oh, that Jim Schwartz defense looking pretty good. Jim Schwartz, he's a real good defensive coordinator. And the Eagles get their little like, kind of sloppy field goal where they have to settle. And it's like, oh, Eagles could have gone up a touchdown there. They're up 3-0, and then they get their doors blown off. I could see that play
out. By the way, Dre, next Monday,
yeah, we
are getting a triple header.
Wow.
Yes. We got football team and Steelers at 5 p.m., Cowboys and Ravens at 5 p.m., and Bills and 49ers at 8 p.m. Of course, all Eastern time. So we'll actually have to figure out what we want to do for that bet show, considering there'll be 2 Monday Night Football games starting at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, the scheduling is about to get real wacky here soon. So I look forward to that.
Unless you're the Broncos, in which case you just have to play no matter what. And with that, I think that's going to wrap it up for us on today's DNVR Bets Daily. So to wrap things up here, I like over Russ passing yards, over Carson passing yards, over 0.5 interceptions for Carson, over 20. I'm leaving that one off. And then you talked me into my own favorite prop, which is Greg Ward Jr. over 29.5.
Yep. There you go. And I've also got Miles Sanders over 17.5 receiving yards. I'll be sprinkling the full gun plus 100 receiving yards odd boost. And I like the Seahawks -6. And kind of like that under, Ryan. Kind of like that under. We've talked ourselves into the Eagles slopping it up, though Carson will put up numbers. So that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. At what point, we're pretty invested in Carson Wentz tonight. At what point would you be worried about these props if he doesn't start the game?
Oh, Well, I need to see him on the field within the first 2 series. That I would be panicking if he's not on the field within the first 2 series. If that happens, I'll feel calm because I trust that Jalen Hurts in this really bad offense is going to look terrible slowly but surely, and that Carson will get the bulk of the stats we're counting on him to get during some garbage time late.
All right, fair enough. You heard it here first. I hope that my Russell Wilson rule is proven wrong and that the Eagles win, of course, and that Carson Wentz goes off and tears everyone up.
Yeah, that I do hope. Go
right.
Carson.
Go Birds. That's going to wrap it up for us on DNVR Bets Daily. Thanks to everyone who tuned in, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.